Hey everybody! Welcome to Storytime with Shane Onyou. How y'all doing? Good to see y'all on this fine Sunday. Hope y'all are enjoying the weather. Waiting for some more people to join in. As you can see, we're here in the drag pit, Shane Onyou's drag pit. And it is so dark, as you can tell. There we go, that's a little better. And who could tell me what costume I'm wearing today? Hi! My big sister, Jody. I love you guys. So in case you were wondering what that was in the dark, that was this. So what superhero is this? Put it in the comments and let me know what superhero this is. So I figured, seeing as how it's such a beautiful day outside, we'd take story time outside. So if you guys can, bring your devices and we'll go outside. And I will head out to the backyard. I will carry you with me and we will walk out there and we will do story time in the sun, in the Alberta sun. It's just beautiful out there today. So we'll go out and entertain all the neighbors. They'll all listen to me read. There's a big block party going on right now as everybody's social distancing. But, So here we are outdoors. Let me get the cameras set up. Cage, yes, it is Spiderman. Hello, Cage. Hello, Scarlett. How you guys doing? Spiderman. Cage got it first. All right. How's this? Can you see me? Hopefully you can hear me. Ow. Let's get this started. Start off with today's fact from our Little Kids Big First Book of Where. Little Kids First Big Book of Where by Gehl. And it's a National Geographic Kids book. And we start every story time with a fact now. So today we will start with, where is the Earth's biggest ocean? Let's see if we can't figure this out. All right. All right. Where is the Earth's biggest ocean? Most of our planet is covered by one big ocean, but different parts of this ocean have been given names. The Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, the Indian Ocean, the Arctic Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean. All of these parts of the Earth's ocean are all connected. So they all have their own names, but they're connected. So you can see them all up here. You can see, I'm gonna come a little closer. You can see all the oceans there, and they're all connected around the continents of the Earth. So the Earth looks blue from space because the ocean covers about 3/4 of it. So that's why when you see the pictures from outer space, Earth looks blue. It's because there's so much water. All right, the biggest part is the Pacific Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is the next biggest, then the Indian Ocean. And the Arctic Ocean is the smallest of Earth's 4 oceans. Most of the living things on Earth live in the ocean, from teeny creatures too small to see without a microscope to enormous whales. So yeah, and up here you can see in this picture here, I'll bring it closer. I'm going to be getting up and down a lot, but that's okay. Oceans are also home. Oh, someone's having a fire. Smells so good. I love the outdoors. Oceans are also home to coral reefs, which are made up of layers of skeletons from tiny animals called polyps. The Great Barrier Reef in Australia is the ocean's biggest coral reef. So there's the coral reef right there. Isn't that pretty? Look at all the colors. And then these are the polyps. So the skeletons of that are what make the reef. So at the bottom here, it says, which ocean is nearest to your home? So if you put it up in the comments, what is your closest ocean? Get your parents to help you, or Google it. I know you all know how to Google things. So Google it and see what ocean is closest to where you live, and put it in the comments. All right, let's try this. Oh yeah, that's a little better. Let's get going with our books. Start with our first book. Hey Krista, how you doing? You're still there, Krista Jansen. Miss your face. I shouldn't say Jansen, I should say Dixon. All right. Did I miss any kids before I start my first book? Got my sister, got you guys. Who did I miss over here? I got Cajun Scarlet. You guys ready for our first book? Gonna get going. Big hugs to you too, Mandy. Hope you're loving it down there. It's a beautiful day today. As you can tell, the sun is shining. So the first book we got today is a book that was provided to me by my big sister, who is a super sport. She keeps sending me books, and I got this one in the mail, and oh, what a treat it is going to the post office and getting a parcel instead of bills, right? So fun. So we'll start with the first book, and this book is called Except When They Don't. And it's words by Laura Gehl and pictures by Joshua Heinz. And then the great thing about this book is it's a proud partnership with GLAAD. And those of you who don't know what GLAAD is, Google it. And a portion of all the proceeds from the sale of this book are donated to the accelerating of the LGBTQ acceptance programs. So this is a book, a rainbow book, as I like to call it. All right. Except When They Don't. You guys ready? Can you guys see that? I'll bring it in close like I always do, so you can see that. Boys play monster trucks with glee. Girls bake cakes and serve hot tea. Girls like pom-poms, pink and jewels. Boys like fighting pirate duels. Ooh. Hope's daughter. What's Hope's daughter's name? Put it up here, and if she's watching, I'll say it. I can say her name. I'll say hi. You keep freezing on my end? Anybody else having problems with me freezing? My Wi-Fi looks good. Must be just you, Carla. Oh, this is one of my favorite words. Girls sashay in sparkly shoes. Boys wear clothes of only blue. Boys cut bad guys down to size. Girls paint purple butterflies. Look at that, eh? I love butterflies. They're so pretty. Except when they don't. Boys build spaceships out of blocks. Girls delight in princess frocks. Girls think ponies are a blast. Boys like race cars, loud and fast. Akisha, did I say that right? Akisha, that is a beautiful name if I'm saying it right. Am I saying it right? Give me a thumbs up if I am. Girls perform to fairy songs. Boys play football all day long. Boys yell boo and run away. Girls like kittens and ballet. Oh, I did? Excellent. Hi, Akisha. Beautiful name. Except when they don't. See, she's got a football. She can play football too. Over here, pom-poms, cheerleader, football, dragon. I have a dragon outfit. Those of you who have seen it, I will wear it again. But it's kind of close to mine. Very similar. You might play with swords and knights. Maybe twirl in flowered tights. You might tuck bears into bed. Or put earthworms on your head. Ooh! Some people might like that. I don't. Worms are too slimy for me. Oh, I spilled the cat's water. You might like to paint your nails, or maybe hike on nature trails. You might make a lot of noise, or take baths with mermaid toys. Why don't I have any mermaid toys? Why don't I have any mermaid toys, Mom? My mom's here. I'm entertaining my mom. You might think you need to choose dolls or robots, pinks or blues, except that you don't. Girls and boys like lots of things. Play-Doh puzzles, queens and kings. Dressing up and making forts. Oh, we did that yesterday. That was so fun. Playing house and playing sports. All of my favorite things. Oh, I just noticed on her shirt here. Who can tell me what that symbol is on her shirt? I just caught that. If you can tell me what that symbol is, put it in the comments. All right. Flying planes and driving cars, hanging from monkey bars, gazing up at distant stars, rocking, rolling with guitars, everywhere from near to far. Look at that. Too fun. Flying a plane. One time, my neighbor on this side, Erin, took me up in her glider plane, not hang glider, glider plane. So we were up and she was piloting plane and we had no engines and we were just soaring. It was so cool. Yes, my neighbor is a pilot. Be exactly who you are. Look at that. Doctors and chefs and sports and singing and oh boy, cupcakes. Ooh, I want some cupcakes. The end. So that was Except When They Don't. If you all want to get that book. Alright, moving on to our next story, which comes from, whoops, my trusty Disney book of stories. And yesterday we did, I can't remember, I think we did Moana yesterday. I think. And so we are on, sorry, I lost my page. Sleeping Beauty. An Amazing Team, it's called. Aurora loved being princess, but after spending so many years in a quiet cottage, her life at the castle was often a bit overwhelming. So now that she's awake, she lives in a castle. I guess that's where princesses live, right? One day, Aurora was embellishing a flag for the upcoming joust. The whole kingdom gathered as this exciting event to watch the knights compete on horseback. But Aurora noticed Samson, Philip's horse, was refusing to follow the stable hand to his stall. He's being stubborn. The prince is traveling, so the horse won't get to compete in the joust. the stable hand said. It seems we both could just use some fresh air. It seems like we both could just use some fresh air, Aurora said to the Samson. I'd like to take you somewhere special. Look at the horse, isn't he pretty? It's gorgeous. But it was awkward to ride into town. Samson and Aurora had trouble finding a rhythm. Eventually they reached the village. It was bustling. Just then, Aurora had an idea. What if we compete in the joust together? She whispered to Samson. I think Aurora's gonna go in a joust. Samson was overjoyed. He immediately raced to the field where he and Philip used to practice. You're amazing, Aurora exclaimed. Is this where I'm going to learn how to joust? Samson whinnied in reply. So he was going to compete and he doesn't even know how to joust? That's kind of scary. Oh, I've got something else for you guys to Google. This is a tough one. Can you tell me what king met his demise or died in a joust? In the joust, Aurora would have to thread a series of rings into her lance, gallop down a straightaway, and disarm the knight pitted against her. On the night before the tournament, Aurora revealed her plan to her parents. Since Philip won't be present for the joust tomorrow, I'd like to compete in his place. After a brief silence, her mother spoke. You're a new kind of princess, she said. It would be our honor to have you participate. Yes. Her mother is woke. Surely there's no rules that say girls can't compete in the joust, looks like. The sun rose early the next morning. The townspeople gathered around the jousting arena, excitedly waving their flags and banners. Aurora and Samson took their place along with the competitors. Their hearts raced as they surveyed the scene. No matter what happens, Aurora whispered to Samson, we are a team. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, hey, Shannon, is Bauer with you? All of a sudden, the names were announced. It was time to compete. Samson took off. Aurora lifted her lance and put through all the rings in her path. Look at her go. Wow. Aurora and Samson charged towards their opponent, the valiant Sir Casper, from the kingdom of Blumenfield. Look at that. She got all the rings on her lance. Talented. Not bad for someone who just learned how to do it. Now Aurora needed to disarm Sir Casper, but their weapons kept getting locked. She had to try a different tactic. While Aurora was thinking of a new plan, Sir Casper sent her lance flying through the air. With their weapon gone, Aurora and Samson were defeated. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Really? Yep. At the end of the day, the winners were announced. Aurora and Samson ended up in 4th place. That's really good. Not bad for our first tournament, Aurora said with a wink. She and Samson made an amazing team. Look at that. Look how pretty they are together. Pretty. Talented. So that was Sleeping Beauty. That was a good one. It's a little shorter than the other ones, but it was good. See, you just You can do anything you put your mind to, and that's amazing. So if you want to do it, practice. Practice, practice, and you can do it. So that was an amazing team, Sleeping Beauty. Well, guys, that brings us to our last book. So you guys all know what that means. We're almost done for today, so that's no good. But you know, Tuesdays, Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays, 3 p.m. live on Facebook and Instagram, Storytime with Shane. I also post them to my YouTube channel. So if you're not following my YouTube channel, you should be. It's Shane Onyou. Subscribe, please, and hit the bell. It helps me out. Yeah, and if you can, share this far and wide. Tag me. All the information is in the descriptions there. Yeah, you know what to do. We'll move on to our last story, and it's one of the... Oh, I have so many favorites. But Cajun Scarlet, you guys might remember this one. So we'll move on to our last book for today. It's called Sparkle Boy. So fun. Sparkle Boy by Leslea Newman and illustrations by Maria Mola. For sparkle boys everywhere, you make the world bright. For my little bright boy Mark. Alright. Oh! These cement steps are a little uncomfortable. Jessie adored things shimmery, glittery, and sparkly. Look at my shimmery skirt, Jessie said to her little brother, Casey, as she twirled in the living room and her skirt twirled all around her. Casey looked up from his alphabet blocks. Ooh, shimmery, shimmery, he said, reaching out his hand. I want shimmery. Who doesn't want shimmery? Jessie stopped twirling, and her skirt stopped twirling too. You can't have a shimmery skirt, Casey, she said. Why? Casey asked. Because boys don't wear shimmery skirts, said Jessie. Right, Mama? Mama thought for a minute. If Casey wants to wear a skirt, Casey can wear a skirt, she said. I don't have a problem with that. Mama went upstairs and came back with a skirt that was now too small for Jessie. Here, buddy, she said to Casey, try this on. Ooh, shimmery, shimmery, Casey said as he twirled around and his shimmery skirt twirled all around him. Casey twirled and twirled until he got dizzy and plopped down on his bottom. Casey laughed. Jessie frowned. Boy, I hope Jessie comes around. The next afternoon, Jessie went to a birthday party. When she came home, she raced into the kitchen. Look at my glittery nails, Jessie said, fanning out her fingers. Her nails glittered in the light. Casey looked up from his animal puzzle. Ooh, glittery, glittery, he said, pulling Jessie's hands towards him. I want glittery. Jessie snatched her hands away. You can't have glittery nails, Casey, she said. Why? Casey asked. Because boys don't wear glittery nail polish, said Jessie. Right, Daddy? Daddy thought for a minute. Most boys don't wear nail polish, he said. But Casey can if he wants to. There's no harm in that. Best YouTube channel. Oh, I think you might be a little biased, but thank you. You guys should follow my sister's Instagram. She has the most amazing photos. Jody McPherson. Really. You should follow her. My big sister, she rocks. But I'm biased, but still. Next. Daddy went upstairs and came back with a bottle of glittery polish. Can you just paint his toenails, Jessie asked? And make him put on his socks? That's not a bad idea, Daddy said to Casey. What do you say, pal? No, Casey shouted, and he held his hands up. and kept them perfectly still while Daddy painted his fingernails. Daddy's woke too. Oh, glittery, glittery, Casey said as he spread his fingers wide so his nails glittered in the light. Jessie shook her head. The next morning, Jessie and Casey's grandmother came to visit. Abuelita, I like your sparkly bracelets, said Jessie. You can have one, I have plenty, Abuelita said. She took off the bracelet and slid it onto Jessie's wrist. Jessie swiveled her arm back and forth and watched the bracelet sparkle. Ooh, sparkly, sparkly, Casey said. I want sparkly. See how sparkly your bracelet is? Who wouldn't want a sparkly bracelet? I just realized I don't have mine on. Jessie hid her arm behind her back. You can't have a sparkly bracelet, Casey, she said. Why? Casey asked. Because boys don't wear sparkly bracelets, said Jessie. Right, Abuelita? Abuelita thought for a minute. I've never seen a boy wear a sparkly bracelet, she said. Oh, show you the pictures. Until now. Cool, Abuelita. Who can tell me what Abuelita means? Put it in the comments if you know what it is. Abuelita turned to Casey. Here's Sparkle Boy, she said. She took off another bracelet and slid it onto Casey's arm. There's no reason why Casey can't wear a bracelet, Jessie. He isn't hurting anyone. Oh, sparkly, sparkly, Casey said as he swiveled his arm back and forth and watched his bracelet sparkle. Jessie stomped her foot and ran inside. Kind of reminds me of how I used to bug my big brother when I was younger. I always wanted whatever he had, and he hated it. I can't say I blame him. I was annoying. Right, Jody? On Saturday, Daddy went grocery shopping, and Mama took Jessie and Casey to the library, where this is from. This is from the Okotoks Library out here in Okotoks. My librarian friend, Lara, provided me with some books during the pandemic here. Where was I? Okay, we're at the library. Jessie came downstairs wearing her shimmery skirt and sparkly bracelet. Her nails glittered in the light. Soon Mama came downstairs with Casey. He wore his shimmery skirt and his sparkly bracelet. His nails glittered in the light too. Mama, Jessie cried as she thrust her fists onto her hips. Why is Casey dressed like that? Because this is how Casey wants to dress, Mama said. But that's not how boys are supposed to dress, said Jessie. Casey looks silly. I don't think Casey looks silly, Mama said, smiling at him. I think Casey looks like Casey. This is a great family. Oh, see, there they're at the library, all the bookshelves. Eventually we'll get to go back to some libraries. When Jessie, Casey, and Mama got to the library, Storytime had already started. They sat in the back to listen. After the librarian finished reading, Mama went to the front desk to check out some books. Jessie and Casey waited for her in the children's room. I like your skirt, a girl said to Jessie, and I like your sister's skirt. Jessie didn't say anything. I'm not a sister, Casey said. I'm a brother. You can't be a brother, said the girl. Why? Asked Casey. Because you're a girl, she answered. And her book bag says, I love books on there. Who else loves books? I love books. You haven't figured that out. I'm a boy, said Casey. You are? The older boy said. He stared at Casey and then laughed. Hey, look, he called to his friend. A boy in a skirt. That boy's friend laughed too. Then he knelt in front of Casey. "Dude," he said, "you can't go around wearing a skirt." "Why?" Casey asked. "Because you look weird and everyone will laugh at you," said the boy. "Why?" Casey asked again. "Because boys don't wear skirts, bracelets, and nail polish. Everybody knows that," said the boy. "Right?" he asked, turning to Jessie. Jessie looked at Casey. His face was scrunching up, like it always did right before he started to cry. "Why can't boys wear skirts and bracelets and nail polish?" Jessie asked the boys. "Because," one of the boys said. "That's just the way it is," said the other. "Not anymore," said Jessie as she put her arm around Casey's shoulder. "Come on, little guy," she said. "Let's go find Mama and go home." Now Jessie's woke. Jessie and Casey adored all things shimmery, glittery, and sparkly. Look at that. Sitting on the carpet. Look at the dog. Looks like a pug. Maybe. So then, what did it say on that last page? And so Jessie and Casey adored all things shimmery, glittery, and sparkly, especially each other. Yay! What a great book. Oh, I love it. Well, my friends, that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed Storytime. Next Storytime is Tuesday at 3 p.m. Instagram, Facebook Live. If you'd like to view this later because you missed something, you can follow me on YouTube, and that's Shane Onyou or Shanna McPherson YouTube channel. Please subscribe. It helps me out a lot. You don't know how much. And then hit the bell so that you get notifications when I'm posting stuff. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you, what day is it? We'll see you Tuesday at 3 p.m. Peace out, guys.